This is Beyond the Matrix, Introduction to the Real, Season 3, Chapter 8. In this episode, we will be talking about the manner by which the incursion of higher-order meaning generates a reversal of the top-down telescopic effect. As explained in a past episode, the narratives, which are fully formed in the global, are merely incipient at the local. Since we know that it is the impulses which generate the spatial patterns and orientations of the other in their particular conformation, not the narratives themselves, which merely actualize these impulses. What we can see is that the reversal of the telescopic effect arises out of the nakedness of those impulses. The failure of the system to effectively actualize them through verbalization or rationalization. Thus, the explanation for why negation is relevant to flipping the telescopic effect arises out of the fact that it is only bare impulses, verbalized through narratives of a higher order, that is possessing symbolic, archetypal and esoteric meaning, which have the ability to influence the global. Once narrative is applied, language applied, impulses are actualized through the other, emblematic as positive or negative integration, which localizes them. To truly flip the telescopic effect is to construct an experience channel out of narratives arising from a higher order source, as a manifestation of your true impulses in the real. So, how do you strip bare your impulses? How do you remove the layers of narratives which have adhered to them, localizing them, reducing you to a manifestation of the verbalizations of the global actor? Let's look at this question another way. It is in being understood that your impulses are actualized. But, if you are purposely misunderstood, if your subjectivity is sovereign, in the sense that it is free of object inclusions, if you rid yourself of the language of the other, the perceptions of the other, only then can you truly flip the telescopic effect. But if you imagine that the telescopic effect naturally flips in the ordinary course, which is to say that in an integrated state, the lensing of the telescope flips upon the perceptions of the other, which is to say, there is an interplay, a back and forth, between your impulses and verbalizations, and the corresponding verbalizations of others. There is a compromise. In effect, to truly flip the telescopic effect in perpetuity, is to recognize that you are not willing to compromise or negotiate your meaning. You aren't going to compromise on your experiences. And in your expression, in the narratives that you generate, you will be completely unyielding. But in this perspective there is a drawback. Which is to say, you are consigning yourself willingly to non-recognition, to being misunderstood, to being negated, to being an outcast. Which means that you are making a choice between two options, to recognize that the telescopic effect can be a back and forth, a flipping between global and local periodically, or it can be a unidirectional thing, imposed on you or the world. The system is designed to bring you out of this mindset, that it is all or nothing. It is designed to pull you out of the uncompromising attitude of non-self. The telescopic effect is only top-down in perpetuity for those who reject willing compromise of their verbalization and the particular manifestation of their actualization. It is a choice between the non-self, which generates narratives and meaning influencing the system from outside, and the self which both generates narratives and receives them. That's the end of the podcast for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment and subscribe.